Hello, and welcome to another episode of Freedom Ain't Free. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the $1 million golden toaster strategy. How much life insurance does a dual income family actually need? My name is Hughey. I'm the principal at ARC Financial Strategies. And our goal and our objective is to help you get to financial freedom. That's what this channel is all about, giving you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding that you need in order to get yourself to financial freedom. Now, stay to the end of the video because I'm going to actually do the math for you today in this video. So you'll have the answer that you'll be able to use from now on, and also be able to teach this to your children. So imagine you had a golden toaster. Imagine this toaster spit out 50,000, 70,000, $150,000 a year every single solitary year. You didn't have to do anything for this toaster. You didn't have to maintain it. You didn't have to wash it. You didn't have to power it up. You didn't have to do anything for this toaster. It just spit out this money for you every single solitary year. My question to you is, how much would you insure that toaster for? Right? We stop and think about it, man. If I had a toaster that was spitting out $150,000 per year, I would want to make sure that I could continue to have that income in the event that toaster no longer worked. Well, here's how you understand your economic value to your family. You bring in a paycheck every single solitary year, right? Your family doesn't go to your job. They don't work with your boss. They don't talk to your coworkers. They don't work with the clients or the customers at the company that you work at. And so the question you have to ask yourself is, if I am no longer here, if I died last night, what would my family do without my income? How could my family replace this $150,000 or $50,000 or $80,000 or whatever amount of money you're making on an annual basis? What could my family do the next month to bring in that much money without me? You are your family's golden toaster. They don't put any time, any effort, or any energy into your career. You do all of that heavy lifting, and they are the beneficiaries of the income that you produce for the family. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, if I take myself out of the equation, what economic value does my family still need? So when you're looking at life insurance, it basically falls into two categories. There's term insurance and there's permanent insurance. Term insurance is designed to replace your income. So in today's video, we're going to be focusing our attention just on term insurance. Now, what I want to remind you is, if you want to know how much money you need to save and invest on a monthly basis to get yourself to financial freedom, so you don't even need the term insurance, you're going to need to get your freedom number. Click on the link below. Give yourself an opportunity to get the exact amount of money that you personally need to save every single solitary month to get to financial freedom. And the best part about it is you can get your freedom number for free today. Now, here's the math. Here's how you calculate how much money you need to turn into a death benefit for your term life insurance policy for your family. So what I want you to do is, I want you to take the age of your youngest child. And for today's math, we're going to use a 6-year-old, right? So you got a 6-year-old. We will need to make sure that our family has enough income to get that 6-year-old to age 21, right? So I want to make sure my spouse has my paycheck every single solitary year until my youngest child is grown. So I would say that's age 21. 21 minus 6 would be 15 years, right? So if I died, my spouse would need 15 years of income. For simple math, let's say you're making $100,000 per year. 100,000 times 15 years is $1.5 million is what your family would need in order to provide you guaranteed $100,000 over a 15-year benefit. So 15-year time frame. That would be the death benefit that you would want to have with your term policy to cover. So you want to make sure that you got 15 years worth of coverage, and you want to make sure you got $1.5 million in order to protect your family in the event that you die before you build out your $2 million portfolio. I tell all of my clients, right, you're worth $1 million, $3 million, or $5 million, right? Somewhere in that range is where you're going to fall. And we want to make sure that your family has the right amount of protection for the right amount of time, right? So once the kids are grown, they're out of the house, they have their own jobs, their own careers, right? They're no longer dependent upon your income. Once you've built out your $2 million portfolio, your spouse is no longer dependent upon your income from your job. Your spouse now has income coming in from your investments themselves. So they are financially free. You are financially free. Your children are taken care of. If we eliminate your debt, we get you out of debt in the next 10 years, then you no longer have extra bills or bills that have to be paid out of your income. So the strategy here is to understand your economic value. Take those pieces of the puzzle and make sure that you have the proper amount of term insurance, which is the least expensive type of life insurance to purchase in order to make sure that your family is protected. Now, where can you get this from? First and foremost, most of your employers are going to offer you some group coverages, right? So you can get some, if not all, of this coverage from your employer. I would also encourage you to have your own policy. Here's the primary reason to do that. You never know when you're going to lose a job, right? So if I don't have a job and I die before I get a new job, then my family is exposed. So you don't want to have all of your coverage at your employer because you're not guaranteed to be at that employer every single solitary day for the rest of your life. So I would encourage you to have your own life insurance policy that you own for at least a portion of this dollar amount. You can have the group insurance for some piece of it. You're going to need to reach out to an individual life insurance agent in order to help you get that policy established, is where you're going to go to get that personal policy put in place. We want to encourage you on today to connect with us. Click on the link. Get your freedom number, explore working with us and allowing us to help you get to financial freedom. Thank you so much for joining me on today. And remember, freedom ain't free.